You are listening to the No Invite Podcast.
Season 3.
The progression.
Follow us on Instagram at no_invite_podcast or look us up on YouTube at No Invite Podcast.
The best kept secret.
All right, bang, we in this motherfucking thing, and I don't give a fuck. There ain't no Patty here, so she ain't gonna tell me why I'm saying bang all the time, because that's what the fuck I do. No Invite Podcast, episode 61, season 3, the progression.
Yes.
I feel like I'm waiting for Patty to bust through the door and say some foul shit about the title, but we're gonna keep it moving. How you doing today? We got the best kept secret. What's going on with you?
Hey. Yes, I'm doing good. I'm happy today.
I could dig it. Happy. It was just Thanksgiving. Is that partly to do with it?
Hell no. Oh my God. I was so happy for Thanksgiving to be over. Having to stand up and cook and people whining and
So you were getting busy in the kitchen?
Man, listen, my food is so good. Like this year, my greens came out so good. I ate like 4 bowls.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to buy some. You know how motherfuckers be selling tamales and shit?
I got you.
Start selling a pot of greens and shit, because I love greens. I love all kind of vegetable like that. You know, steamed and stuff like that. But greens though, come on now.
The gumbo.
I fuck with gumbo.
When I make my gumbo, I will bring y'all some.
Please do. Only me be Martin, because my son likes it too. My girl, she don't fuck with seafood, so you know what I'm saying. So just act like you gonna give her some, but I'll
just bring a big enough container so that it look like it's for all y'all, but then y'all just split it.
Yeah, we're just gonna eat it. Me and my son, we got that shit. This shit good. But okay. So what's new? Thanksgiving came by and went, and you said you are done with it.
In the kitchen, and I'm done with it. I did take my kids to the movies. It was super fun. There's this new movie called Encanto. It's a kid movie. But I ain't gonna lie, the movie kind of had me like Disney is getting back to like picking their songs and shit. I was in there like, okay. Hit it. Let's go.
You start crying. Did you cry in? It ain't Disney.
A little bit.
You cry.
I did. No, but overall, Thanksgiving was cool. Plus, I found out I was off that Friday. Like, what? I thought I had to go to work.
Yeah.
And when I get there, the boss is like, I text her like, you realize nobody here, right? She's like, because we're off. What?
Hey, don't you hate when you the last motherfucker to know some shit like that?
Man, I turned right around and jumped back in my bed.
You got me fucked up. I'll be mad. I'll be like, you done fucked up my whole morning trying to get ready for this shit.
No, the beauty of it, I promise you, I work 8 minutes from my house.
Oh, that's lovely though.
Right. So 16 minutes I was back at home.
Oh, yeah, that ain't too bad then. Even that ain't too bad. Even the only bad thing is that I drove by your house today. You want to come in and work for a couple hours? You know what I'm saying? No, ain't none of that happening.
That's why you got a garage. Pull that car in the garage. You don't know from home. How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was cool. I'm not used to being here for Thanksgiving. I usually go out of town. Mm-hmm. We usually do that. It's kind of like a tradition. So I was getting roasted in the group comments by all my family because I wasn't there. And it's kind of something. It's like we do it almost every year, you know what I mean? And this year we just didn't. We decided to stay back. We probably be out visiting, right? In December or something, maybe like Christmas, depending on how everything works out. But Thanksgiving was cool. It was one of those things though that we waited all fucking day to eat. and I don't know what y'all tradition is and stuff like that, because I got friends that do Thanksgiving really early. Mm-hmm. Like almost like lunchtime, 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3-4, and I'm like, yo, we're Mexican, we're taking forever. Like we didn't fucking eat till I swear we didn't eat till like fucking 8-9 o'clock or some shit like that. So I'm starving the whole day. I'm like, fuck that, I ain't eating nothing. I want my motherfucking food. I'm gonna wait. I'm smoking. I roasted a couple of tri-tips to bring, you know what I mean, to bring along, you know what I mean, with us, because we didn't have Thanksgiving at my house. And you get there, we finally eat. I had a couple of shots. I was feeling great. I ate, and I was done. Like I'm done now. I'm like falling asleep. Like, it's like 9 o'clock and 9:30 in the evening. And I'm fucking falling asleep and shit. Like I'm ready to go to bed. I'm like, man, waiting all motherfucking day for this shit.
It be like that sometimes though. I ain't gonna lie. Really, he deep fried me a turkey. That shit was smacking. We finished that like. That was one of the first dishes that was like half gone. I said, oh.
What do you prefer? Have you ever tried like a Salvadorian turkey?
No, what is that?
Oh, it's so good. The way they cook it with like sauce, and like they cook it and it like falls off. It's hella juicy, and it got like a special sauce that they make for. I swear, man. Next time I'm about to show you. I'm about to
show me. You gonna feed me some?
I'll bring you some. I'll save you some next time. It's really that good.
I
like,
want some.
But they had that kind of turkey and shit like that though. So I'm all for it. I can't do the dry turkey. So
man, yeah.
Turkey dry as fuck.
And I had to tell my partner like, listen, don't invite me to your house no more. Like at all. I have
mac and cheese with the cheese slices on it.
I have a rule, right? She had the Velveeta box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now on a holiday, if you really gas yourself, oh yeah, I'm gonna cook a big dinner, everything gonna be from scratch. I don't want no box shit. I don't want no pre-cooked shit.
You don't want
I
no
don't want no
Pillsbury
ordered
rolls?
shit.
You don't want no oven rolls?
No, I want you. Listen, worst case, just buy the Hawaiian sweet rolls, and we know they came straight out the thing, right?
Yeah.
But don't get me there like. So the thing is, like, my granny, she from Mississippi. I'm used to stuff that comes out of the garden. So when I get there and I'm like, this macaroni and cheese, this looks like Kraft. She's like, no, it's the Velveeta. Bitch, why you invite me to something that I would eat on any other day?
Yeah, like just the normal shit we eat at
right.
the crib.
Like, it was like then, and she was like, she made the stuffing out of box.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? I'm so not used to that. Like, I'm used to eating dressing, I think, not stuffing.
Yeah.
And I was so aggravated, like, packed up my kids. We ain't eating shit from here. I gotta go. I'm mad. Please don't invite me to nothing else.
You done fucked up my whole Thanksgiving. Eat this once a year.
So I thought I was gonna eat earlier. So I'm like, I already know my stuff is still like, we got time. Yeah. Got there and was like, this bitch.
Got you fucked up, man. Hey, I mean, but some people got it and some people don't. Unfortunately, so everybody didn't have, somebody to give them skills and stuff like that. Because I've been to a couple. I don't really stray too far from my normal places when it comes to Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So everything at the house was cool. They made the turkey. And everybody got their own traditions and styles and stuff like that, right? But I just can't do the dry turkey. I'm good with almost everything else. I mean, it could be, it could be better. Like I'm always down for a good stuffing. You know what I mean? Some macaroni and cheese got to be right. But
can it be out of a box?
I mean, I wouldn't prefer it. I wouldn't prefer it. Nah, I wouldn't prefer it at all. It's like it got to be. You know what I mean? It's certain things are sacred. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't know. Like you can't get. You know how they do microwavable shit? Like, if somebody ever was to bust out a microwavable turkey, I would just fucking unfriend them in real life. Like, that's it. It's over for it.
She almost did get unfriended. I'm trying to be nice because I know she's sick, but she really got me.
You restricted her account.
The other thing that I was mad about, so I love candy yams. I love them. I do too. Right. So when I saw, I was like, you know how you could just see and you like, I know I've seen that before. Looked in the garbage. You got these out the fucking can. Stand this bitch. How do you do? Why would you do that? Like, so of course your
Hands
dinner
out here
was
offended for real. Like,
no. And first thing I said, of course your fucking dinner is already ready because everybody else really cooked that at the manufacturing company and just sent it and you just paid for it. Like that shit was hella irritating. You just
cracked the lid and hit the button.
Right. I'm just like, man, you just used the can opener and had us thinking you really raw. No, you used the can opener and put it in 10 trays.
Shit. Fucking Thanksgiving war stories and shit.
Listen, and I was really like, damn, she hella good. And the kitchen hella clean. Like, sometimes after I cook a big meal, there's a couple dishes. We got to get those. Like, no.
Little spills here and there.
I should have known something was wrong because the aroma of the food didn't like slap me in the face when I walked in.
You could tell, like it's like good weed, bad weed. You could tell when somebody's cooking is good and it's bad just as soon as you walk in the motherfucking door. Like you could tell, you're like, oh no, this ain't it. Like,
I know my
crazy.
kids was like, Mom, but I'm hungry. I don't give a fuck. We not eating this shit.
That's hilarious. That's fucked up too, though. All them kids just wanted a little something to eat. They just wanted some out there. They ended up getting the macaroni with the cheese slices on it.
Man. And nothing was open. They had to go home and we just started. Now, luckily, by the time all that happened, he had finished the deep fried turkey, bent out there, got that, was picking on it the whole way home. I was like, oh, this I can't wait to fuck this shit
up. Yeah. Hell yeah. Deep fried turkeys, I think them one of the damn near best. I ain't gonna lie though, the way they do it, the Salvadorian turkeys too, It's just fire. I don't know.
So now I'm gonna need to try that. Like,
you're gonna have to try it for sure. The sauce is crazy because then the next day what they do too is they do like something called pan con pavo or pan con chunfle, and it's basically they make turkey sandwiches, but they put like the lettuce, cucumber, and they slice it up. They do a bunch of little stuff that they put in there, and they put that same sauce that they used from the turkey all over that motherfucker. That shit's so good, man. That's great. Hold on, man.
I'm getting hungry.
I'm getting hungry too. I don't even know if we got any turkey left over, man. I better stop talking like that because I'm gonna be disappointed and shit. But all right, good thing. What are you thankful for? What can you say now? Now Thanksgiving's over, everything's whatever. You know what I mean? What are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for?
What are you thankful for after Thanksgiving, after this Thanksgiving weekend? Now that you see it, because you know the hype is real. When Thanksgiving's going on, you're like, everybody's like, yeah, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. But now that all the family members done left, now that all the food's done and all that shit, what you really thankful for?
So I'm gonna be honest with you, right? My mother is a Jehovah's Witness. So for the most part, like me and my family, we eat big all the time. So Thanksgiving is not like a big thing because we do this all the time, like throughout the year. Yeah. But I will say I am thankful for being here. I feel like I'm thankful for physically being here, and I'm thankful that in everything, can't nobody ever say that when it comes to me and my relationship with people, I didn't waver, they did. Because I feel like I've lost a lot of people in the last 2 years, and a lot of them is like you acting funny, we finding out you're not loyal, and I just love the fact that I stood 10 toes down on who I am, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, that's a very gratifying feeling to know that you kept it solid on your end and it's not you, because you know I got countless examples of that, so I totally feel you on that, and that's all that everything is on point when it comes to that shit. Me, all I could say is I'm thankful for just like same thing, being alive, being here, you know, my family of course, and just being able to just have another opportunity. Right. Put it that way, it's another Thanksgiving down. You know, a lot of people ain't here with us that started off the year with us. So to me, that's mainly what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for all my family, of course, and everything and how things are. Should be better? Hell yeah, shit could be better. But you know what though? At the same time, we healthy, we alive, and we here. So shit, I can't complain. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, I could complain, but I'm not going to.
I think that's what I was trying to say too, but I was just trying to make it sound good because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, motherfucker could got a couple little things you want to put in the suggestion box, but you know, it is what it is. We here though, we made it though, and we're gonna go ahead and get into the here and now, and we're gonna kick it off. You know, I mean, it seems like we do this almost every week. We're gonna kick it off with rest in peace to Virgil Abloh, Off-White creator, worked at designer for Louis Vuitton. I mean, that alone right there would be like those two things would be lifetime accomplishments for people, but he's done a lot more. He was involved in a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of charitable organizations, and I just found out recently that he did a lot of classic hip hop records album covers, the artwork for him.
I did not know any of that.
I know he did the Pop Smoke one recently, his first solo album, the one that he released after he passed away, and people were like, that fucking, it sucked. They were like, this shit's fucking trash, and they were upset. And I mean, I understand why, because if you're a fan of an artist or somebody that passes away, there's nothing ever that's going to be good enough for you when it comes to them. Like when they try to do his movie or they try to bring their clothing line out, like it ain't never gonna be good enough. Not to the people that lived through that shit. So I understand why they were trashing it, but nah, he did like my Dark Beautiful, Twisted Dark Beautiful Nightmare with Kanye. He did fucking the 2 Chainz based on a true story. He did a lot of fucking dope ass album covers. So I didn't know that. Just recently passed away right now, young. I think he was in it. Like what they say, 40 something, from cancer, a rare form of cancer. So
that's so sad.
Yeah, that's sad. I mean, that's young too. Like
young.
That's young for like to die. Period. But that's young from like cancer to die from cancer. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, it's the food we eat.
It's a lot of shit, to be honest with you. It's the shit we put on our fucking skin.
What we inhale. Just all of it, they are killing us. Yeah. On purpose.
I mean, shit, I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but I totally agree with you on that for a lot of different reasons. We're just going to leave it at that. But just wanted to send a rest in peace out to his family and whatnot. You know what I mean? the No Invite is all about the culture, all types of culture, and he definitely is somebody that inspired and made his way. I mean, his fucking shoes were reselling for thousands of dollars. Like,
right.
I know somebody. I got a coworker that buys like Off-Whites. He buys them from resellers and stuff, and he paying like fucking crazy, like $1,800 for a pair of shoes. A pair of Nikes from Off-White though, designed by what's his name, whatever. But now they're like saying they're going for like $8,000 and shit like that. You know how it goes when somebody passes away. The numbers is going up.
That ticket go up.
Yeah, hell yeah it does, because they ain't never gonna be no more shit like that. Not from his hand. You know what I'm saying? So, rest in peace to him. I'm gonna get into the next topic. According to the New York Times article, despite vaccines in the U.S., the U.S. has lost more lives to COVID this year than last year. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention compared the numbers from this year to the end of 2020s, and the numbers go for this year. It's 386,233, and last year was 385,343. So almost 1,000. We're gonna say difference, right? Now, I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm still, like I said, if anybody isn't skeptical about this, then I don't know what to tell y'all, because I still feel like if with vaccines and everything, if that's how many people are dying still, I feel like it's just something that's out of our hands anyways. Like, right. What the fuck can we do?
Why are we wearing masks? Why are we doing all that? For what?
I mean,
in all honesty, I feel like people, first of all, one, do you know how many people actually died from the flu in 2021?
They said like 50,000, I believe, or some shit like that.
Okay, so I think, so this is what I will say. If you look at overall in the last 2 years, how many people died from COVID to the number of how many people died from the flu, the numbers start to look very close. There's a lot of similarities, I'll say that, right? Then the other thing is they kept saying this flu vaccine was supposed to help us. How does a flu vaccine help us when they have not done adequate research on how it's going to impact us? And they still are refusing to give out the number of people who have actually passed away that were fully vaccinated. There are fully vaccinated people that are still dying.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just like, man, if y'all don't quit playing with us. And
that's all it feels like. Like I said, I'm not an anti-masker, anti-vaxxer. I'm an anti-bullshit person.
Right.
And it just don't make sense. It's like, we talk about this shit all the time, common sense on here. It's like, how the fuck does this make sense? The whole idea and the way they kicked it didn't make no fucking sense to begin with. I've been saying that shit. And like I said, I'm not an anti-masker, because I'm like, yo, if we gotta wear masks, I'm okay with that, because motherfuckers are nasty anyways. Motherfuckers are disgusting, walk around, just fucking sneeze, don't cover their face, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the other. And even if it ain't COVID, I ain't trying to catch the flu from one of you motherfuckers. I ain't trying to catch this. You know what I mean? It's like, so I get that in public places, whatever, work, I don't care, because I don't mind walking around when people don't know who the fuck I am anyways. But it never made sense to me. And this right here is just going back to what I've been saying. I'm not going to tell nobody what they should and shouldn't do, but I'm
not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do, but I will say, do your own research. There's too many people here, or in the United States, or in the world, that walk around without doing adequate research. Just because one person say it or one outlet say it, like, people act like they don't understand that there'll be one news outlet that'll say one thing, and then you go to one that's more like, one is more of a Republican and one is more of a Democrat.
Definitely.
And so they're giving you two different pieces of information, and if you don't have all the information, how do you make an educated decision on what's in the best interest of you? More importantly, people are just like, oh, well, I know that I'm not going to catch it because I got the vaccine. They actually tell you it won't prevent you from getting it. Yeah. They only tell you that it will basically make it so that you don't die from it. And that part is a lie too, because they can't guarantee that. Like, at the end of the day, we are all human and we are subject to making mistakes.
And you know that they said that they, I think they passed the bill to where we're not going to be able to view the results as far as the effectiveness of the coronavirus, the studies and stuff from the actual thing to like 60 years, 70 years from now?
Yes, in 55 years.
Jesus
so in 55 years, you're going to get to know all the effects. Now, how's that going to help you? Like, come on now. And then they talking about giving it to your babies. My baby is going to grow up and potentially have all these problems because I allowed them to. And the other thing is, you realize it's not being pushed as hard in every state. So if you go to a totally different state, when I go to Georgia, I don't have these issues. I ain't gotta be like, oh my God, I'm afraid of you because you may have the cooties. Like, I mean, granted, people still take certain
even though
precautions.
a lot of y'all motherfuckers do got cooties, and we're not talking about
but they
COVID.
do. But it's not like
being
being pushed as much.
Doctor a couple times.
And then they just said that they're banning people who are not United States citizens from coming from certain parts of Africa because now there's another variant.
Yeah, they got an Omnicron variant. They said that it's even resistant.
Do you see how many variants there are? Like, this is stupid.
They're saying that it's resistant to the vaccine now. So what? Look, so check this out. They said that, I just read this, right? They said that the Omnicron variant has been shown to be very resistant to the vaccine. So Pfizer, not too long ago, I seen an article. Pfizer put out a statement saying that, we're going to be updating our vaccine and everything to update. I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? The internet,
because
bro?
It's
IOs. What is
doctors
this? Like,
practice medicine, and until people seem to understand that people are practicing, like, you can even take this all the way back to like pre-abortions, right? The only way they got good at like being able to do abortions without completely killing the mother and actually damaging her reproductive system
was by killing a couple people.
They killed a couple people. They was practicing on slaves. They wasn't giving them medication, all kind of shit. And then all of a sudden we have this world. So basically we are going through the guinea pig phase, and I don't want to be a guinea pig. I
think there's enough volunteers out there for y'all to I'm gonna go ahead and pass.
People, yeah.
And you know, going back to that, you know what I mean? It's like, this shit they're talking about, they got to update their virus suits. You know what that means, right?
What does that? So
okay, so look,
the booster.
Yeah, exactly. That means that you're gonna have to take another shot soon.
No, listen, I don't believe in taking shots.
That's crazy.
And that's where I feel like I want people to fully understand. I'm not an anti vaccination person.
Yeah.
I am a person who I don't naturally. I'm more of a naturalist. I'd rather take something that my granny gave
Fruits
me when she did.
Yeah,
like
oils.
I do my sea moss. I do my homemade ingredients. I would rather find a herbal remedy and go to the doctors when necessary. Yeah. To me, this is not necessary for me. Like, I'm good. I done been on planes, trains, driving up and down the highway, did everything I want to do, went to parties, went to clubs, did everything. I've not gotten sick.
Yeah, and I mean, and even then, like me, for instance, I've done all that, and I've gotten sick, and none of us died. Like, we are okay. I really do think it's like, I mean, I'm not saying it's all total bullshit as far as like some of the information they're talking about how the virus operates and stuff. But what I think is bullshit, like I said, it's like you guys can see it. Like I see, it feels like pimping, like they're trying to swindle somebody. like yo, check this out, man. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna have to, we got this new Omnicron, baby. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to get you this other shot. It's gonna cost, but you know what I mean? It's gonna
be
all
right. They got the little pinky ring
on.
little
pinky ring. They got a CDC diamond encrusted pinky ring on. You dig?
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? Somebody out there got the coronavirus chain that looks like the coronavirus medallion with rubies in it. It shit's thick though. It shit gets crazy. So you guys think I'm fucking playing, but I'm for real.
Man, I stopped listening to the CDC when they said don't wash your turkey
or don't wash your chicken and shit.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, only y'all gonna believe that.
Hey, and you want to know what's crazy is that when that debate was going around, I think it was like last year or something like that, they were talking about that. Because
they said it this year for turkeys.
No, I know, but I'm saying last year they said it in like a big debate because they were talking about chicken too.
I think it was chickens.
It was chicken, and then I'm pretty sure they said something about turkey too because they're trying to pull the same shit. It showed a picture. You know how they have those undercover cameras at these poultry farms and shit like that from like former employees. Mm-hmm. And it showed this dude with them big old fucking size, whatever the fuck, 15s or something, them big ass fucking water boots and shit, kicking chickens off the truck, butt ass naked chickens too. It wasn't like the motherfucker had it was in packaging. Like you know when they're emptying out the trucks and they're pouring out stuff, he's just kicking them off the fucking thing, bare ass foot. They're like, yeah, I forgot the lady that posted him. She goes, this that chicken they telling you not to wash and shit. You know what I'm saying? I started dying. I'm like, yo. It's real, man. I don't fuck with the CDC because they out of touch, man. Like a motherfucker. I
feel like the people at the CDC they have maids, and I don't mean this in like a racist manner, but typically people who are maids have more culture than the people they are hired by, and people that are closer to their culture all clean their meat. I have yet to meet like one that doesn't.
Yeah, I never got that.
I don't know any.
I don't know. I'm paranoid. I watch this is already washed salad that comes out the motherfucking bag. You know what I'm saying?
Because you realize they got to spray it with pesticides in order to keep it green. Like, come on now. Y'all better quit playing like y'all act like y'all don't know.
It's happening out there.
COVID has reminded me, COVID basically really showed me, based off conversation, who I used to surround myself with, and they were dirty. Because when they get excited, like, oh my God, they said put a cap full of bleach in your water to wash your dishes. I've been doing that for forever, so. Yeah, I just realized.
It shows you how unprepared some people are, and like how a lot of people don't know certain things. Like, because the way they do shit, they like I said, even now it's like, so people are so gun ho and they're like, get the shot, yo, it's gonna keep you from dying and keep you from getting cold. It's like, calm the fuck down, first of all. Second of all, you could say that without having to use all caps on your post. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of people, and then you got the other side, of course, people that are heavily fucking conspiracy theory to the wacko left, like right, whatever, up and down. I don't know what side y'all come, because there's on the right and left. I'm not neither, but you know,
I think I fall in the middle.
I fall in the middle
because I do understand both sides. But one question I wonder: have you ever connected, or I wonder if anyone has ever connected, kids that actually, not kids, but people in general who actually go outside, who actually touch dirt, who actually, like, they're not afraid to get their hands dirty. They actually expose themselves to germs so they can build their immune system, to people who sit in the house all day and just like,
you know what? I'm sure that the way that things are, and I'm not gonna, I can't speak with absolute certainty, but I'm pretty sure that these motherfuckers, anything that contradicts the narrative that they're trying to put out there right now, probably won't see the surface. That's probably exactly why they're not releasing the COVID, how many people that are fully vaccinated passing away numbers, as well as they're not releasing the study numbers till like 50 years from now, where probably like a good, probably more than half, if not all, the people that are alive right now, you know, that are asking questions, probably be either dead or gone or fucking so old that they're just like, whatever, we got through it. You know what I mean?
We're still gonna be here. We're gonna invite podcasts.
We gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? That even if they got my brain in a jar, you know what I'm saying, and they got a robot, you know, and I'm pulling the strings like that one fucking cartoon, then I'm here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And especially if we're getting paid, we can't let something like, you know, a motherfucker dying, you know, stop us from getting this money. But
feel me?
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they're saying that at the CDC as well.
They probably gonna try to block us for a little bit.
It's alright. You know, I'm used to being shadow banned on Instagram and shit. And I don't even know why. I really be feeling like people be like flagging shit just because they don't like it. And then because I don't make comments. I don't make stupid shit. I don't say stupid shit on people's posts. I post stuff with cussing in it, but a lot of people do. And they got their numbers are crazy. I really just feel like it's just pick and choose. And if you know the right people, you could get fucking, you know, you could go viral. You could get these numbers or whatever that you're talking about. I don't even think that the option for somebody to just walk out of nowhere and do it is even alive anymore. Right. I feel like everything now involves a machine. So, anyways, fuck that. You know what I mean? Y'all stay woke. The Omnicron variant is out there. That shit sound like a pair of rims. You dig me?
It actually sound pretty though.
That shit sound dope. Hey, look at my Omnicron rims. You know what I'm saying? They just came on my motherfucking car. You know what I mean? But anyways,
that could be a purse too.
That could be, you know what I'm saying?
That could be a bag.
That's right. I bought her Omnicron for her birthday. You feel me? She
was
acting
you
right.
be killing them.
You know what I'm saying? You see her right there with the little variant straps and shit. You dig? You know what I'm talking about? But anyways, we're going to keep it moving. Rolling Loud concert makes big changes after post the Astro World tragedy. They're not requiring people to be 18 and over to attend their concerts. With me, I'm just like,
duh.
I brought this one in. This one we probably ain't gonna spend too much time on it because this is fucking common sense right here. I get it. There's all when you do festivals and it's all ages, there's certain shit you just can't have.
Right.
You can't do an all age festival and you got mosh pits.
Right.
You can't do an all age festival and you got like thousands upon thousands of people there and you don't got really great security. You dig what I'm saying? Or you don't got great protocols in it. I just feel like when it comes to, like, I would say 15 and younger, I hate to be a hater because I was the 15-year-old trying to get into the concerts and all that shit too. But
I mean, you probably got in too.
I did. I had a little beard back then, so your boy was sliding in a couple play. I was getting into the bars and all that shit with the fake ID. Not even fake ID. I used to use my brother's ID, and he wouldn't know.
That was fake.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't yours.
It wasn't. It was a real ID. It just wasn't mine. So I mean,
I feel like
can't say I was forging any documents.
I'm happy that they actually put an age cap on it. I feel like from the perspective of a parent, it's pathetic that they had to.
Yeah.
So I don't know how else to say that in a nice way. I don't know how to say it nicely.
Well, to the defense of people, like to the defense, I guess, of no one. What the fuck? But a lot of the kids that were there were with their parents. Like they're like, Mom, take me to, or Dad, take me to. I want to go. I love Travis Scott or whatever. And it's just the one where it's like, it just doesn't strike me as like a safe environment, period. You know what I'm saying? Right. Motherfuckers doing drugs, like you said. Motherfuckers is getting drunk and swerved. I mean, true that no one's getting in with a gun because that's one thing they do go hard on. They, the metal detectors and the whole shit to get inside. But still, it's just the one where it's like too much shit could go wrong. And it's like the last thing as a parent you want to do is put yourself and your child in a situation where you could lose control of. Right. And not have any control over. You know what I mean?
So this is again why I said they shouldn't have had to put, Rolling Loud. You shouldn't have to. You should have already had an age limit. Yeah. But you shouldn't have to because it should be clear that every environment is not for everybody. Yeah. So the only way I see young kids being at stuff like that is like when they are backstage, when they are in secured spaces. But just to freely allow my kid to hang around thousands. First of all, let's start here. Y'all know that COVID is getting the kids. Y'all went to a festival and exposed your children and yourself and your household, right? So that's the first problem. Then you're going to a place. How old was the boy that passed?
I think they had like a 9-year-old that passed away and like 14-year-old as well or something like that.
So 14, I could see them probably going just because mentally I could see their level of their alertness. Yeah. At least responding in an appropriate manner. At 9, I don't see you doing that. At 9, you're still, for the most part, you probably still live in your little bubble. So when an emergency happened, your first thought is just to go to your mom. Not to get on the ground, not to do this, not to do that. So safety-wise, I wouldn't have taken a 9-year-old. Like, that's crazy to me.
That's why I said like 15, maybe like anything younger than that. 18, I respect it, because at the end of the day, you're trying to save people. And these motherfuckers, let's keep it real. They're not doing it because they care. Because if they cared, they would have been did it. They're doing it because something bad happened. Yeah. And they seen all the lawsuits. And they see all the money and all the slander and everything that's going on with the artists. And they're just like, we're just trying to avoid this headache, period. Something like that could end a festival, you know what I mean? Where it never happens again.
Now, you know what's crazy to me? It's because they ended the...
Freaknik?
Yes. And then not one kid get hurt, trampled, nothing. Like, come on. Y'all stop Freaknik, but y'all... Whatever.
We talked about that. I don't agree with that shit neither. It's like and that's the difference. That's a different stop. That was more stopped by the people, though, if you think about it. It wasn't stopped by...
It wasn't stopped by the people that mattered. Because they sold out.
You're right. Well, they did sell out because it's just like, if we're not gonna have success, if we're gonna have this kind of bad publicity every time we try to do this, then it's gonna affect their sales.
Didn't somebody have like a Freaknik birthday party right after that?
Yeah, and they got pissed off at them and they tried to sue them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, man, people be out here minding the business that don't pay them. Yeah. And that's their problem. They need to mind the business that pays their bills because ain't nobody hurting you by actually having, like, that's whatever. Anyways, but yes, they should have totally an age limit. They should.
I'm not even going against that. I agree with you totally because people's priorities be ass backwards and shit. Like they tripping off Dave Chappelle when there's I'm sure a whole list of shit that they could be tripping off, especially being offended. I mean, everyone's going to be offended at one point in their life. There's no fucking place where no one is going to be offended. There's always going to be some. It doesn't matter. Like you said, while it's okay for your friend to make the box macaroni and cheese, to you, that's probably a little offensive. Does that mean that... I mean, I'm not here to grade or judge how much you get offended.
We're questioning that friendship right now.
You're really looking at her like, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is going.
She put on pause.
But you know what I mean, though. Like, it's being offended is very, very, very much. What do you call that? It's subjective. You know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
is.
what's offensive to one person is hilarious to somebody else.
I mean, okay, I could give you that. I still feel like people need to mind the business.
Most definitely. My point is, though, saying that, like, yeah, like, just because you're offended by it or it doesn't agree with your worldview values, you don't have to support it, but you don't have to try to trash it and try to get it done with or get it canceled and get rid of it. I think the problem is that
a lot of times people don't have reasons for them being offended. Like, my reason for being offended about the food is really not that deep. I'm just talking shit. Like,
no, I know that. And I know you ain't, you're just talking that shit.
The concerts that y'all want to, like, you don't like certain concerts. But let's be clear. You know how many people done got hurt in a mosh pit?
Exactly.
At rock concerts?
Yeah.
You realize, like, I mean, even going all the way back, what's that one, oh God.
You said something about Taylor Swift in the recent.
Oh yeah, she had the dude that came and shot up her spot. Nobody said nothing about that. That was in Vegas. And then what was the dude? What is his name? He's dead. He's deceased now, but he's a rock and roll like legend. I forgot his name.
Hey, it happens. And I'm sitting here. You see me looking at you, really trying to read. He was
who you're like the rock and roll legend that like
tell me with your mind. And
that took a lot of like urban music and kind of made it. More
Elvis.
Elvis Presley. Damn, I know that's hella bad. They gonna be mad about that.
But you want to know something? No, half the people that probably listen to this shit don't know who the fuck that is anyway.
But even then, like Elvis Presley, wasn't his wife like 14?
Oh yeah,
and he's a pedophile. He's still making all kind of money.
Yeah, I mean,
in his death.
That kind of even goes into the NBA YoungBoy thing we were talking about earlier. You know what I mean? With the platforms taking down his music, we don't know why or whatever. But he was at odds with YouTube, and YouTube took down all his music. And it's just like, if you're gonna keep R. Kelly's music on, because they're trying to say they don't agree. One of the reasons why he had a problem with YouTube was because they said that they don't agree with his lifestyle and how he's recently got in trouble and whatnot. But I'm like, yo, if you're gonna keep R. Kelly shit up there, if you're gonna keep fucking Elvis Presley's fucking music up there, why are you fucking doing this to this person? It just feels weaponized at this point, and it feels like people do it just to give a big fuck. But look, because remember I told you, and I even said my prediction when we talked about the Freaknik, it's like I wouldn't doubt it that all of a sudden they're getting canceled because of this, that, and the other. 10 years later, they sell the fucking name Freaknik to another corporation, and they somehow manage to clean up the image where it's okay to do it, and now they're profiting off the culture and cutting the culture out of the actual shit. You know what I mean?
I hope they never sell the name.
I hope so. Neither they should do something else. They should start fucking franchising.
Really, they should take the Freaknik on the road. It started in Atlanta, but everybody else around the world still supported it and still actually people were flying in. I was flying in.
They need to do the Freaknik documentaries. What they need to do and how that would be fire. You know what I mean? Because I know there's, you know how many people would probably send in videos like, oh man, Freaknik 93 over here. Then you might catch somebody's grandma or auntie in that motherfucker busting it open.
We gonna be like, wait. Mom, are you sure he's not my dad? I look just like him.
There's a guy walking around looking just like Aaron with dreads. Talk like her and everything. Like, just remember though, y'all was at Thanksgiving, and one of y'all aunties, the one that be judging y'all crazy and looking at y'all hearts, she was at Freaknik acting the fuck up.
Right.
So I don't understand why she look at you crazy when she was busting it open. You know what I'm saying? To some motherfucking, what do you call that? With some Rex and effects, you know what I'm saying? She was cracking it open to that rump shaker. So I don't want to. Can't nobody that live like that tell me how to live my life. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So, but they should do that. And once again, like I said, it just feels like a total. When it comes to the Travis Scott situation and the Rolling Loud, as far as Travis Scott, it just feels like it was weaponized against him. You know unfortunately, he's catching a lot of heat for shit that he didn't have nothing to do with. Like he doesn't. His company, whoever the promotion company is, they enter in a contract with the venue. Mm-hmm. Certain standards and things are to be met. I'm sure they have counters. I'm sure they have all kinds of things that they should have had in place to prevent overcrowding or overselling of tickets or overcrowding. Period. Because even if the website that would be on the venue on the overselling tickets would be on their fucking end. You know, like the on the venue, but also on the promoter and whatnot, because they should know how much they from the gate, how many they could sell, how many they can't. And then the venue should know by counting, however they do it, doing counts, to know that like, hey, we're at capacity. You know what I'm saying? We're at capacity, or we're getting close. Like some of y'all are gonna get turned away. Like, you know, so it's an accident.
People only care when it's affecting their dollar. They don't care before that. Like, they don't care if they pack that place. Like, we having all these conversations about COVID all the time. That's all we see everywhere we go. You gotta wear a mask. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. And you telling me you had a festival with thousands of people that are not inside your home that was gonna be standing in close proximity. I didn't see none of y'all keep them 6 feet away.
Facts. That's what I'm saying.
Like, if y'all don't go somewhere with this, like, I'm just.
It's very
I just
hypocritical.
think it's unfair. It's unfair to the artist, and that's why I even asked you, like, as an artist, does it will it now make you feel iffy about doing a show? Because, you know, like Tiana Taylor, she did her show, right? And a girl, I think, started, like... So one of the problems is when people get overly excited, they can pass out, right?
Yeah.
It don't have to be dehydration. She stopped the entire show just to check on this one person, have her come to the front, have her make sure she okay. And her number one comment was, because y'all not going to sue me. People shouldn't feel like they should be suing you, because you're here to provide a service. You are the artist, but you are doing a job. Somebody is managing you.
Yeah, most
Somebody
definitely
has that venue. Like, people call you for bookings. People call you for, they want you to come. So why are you suing me? Sue them.
No, and to what she was saying, like I said, they couldn't really. That's different. You know what I mean? I think because there's a lot of misinformation about exactly who's getting sued and what when it comes to the Travis Scott situation, and this was fresh when that happened. But I mean, we've seen it before. Rock concerts, Michael Jackson used to have them passing out left and right, pulled out the crowd. It's really on security in the venue, and I respect what she did though, because if you see somebody and you know they're getting fucked up or something's happening, you're gonna stop the show and be like, hey, help this person real quick, get them out of here so we can not only keep the show going, but they could be alive and they could be okay for their safety. So if you didn't see it, then it can't be on you. But you know how people would be like if you sat there and you're watching and you're still performing and someone's getting fucking dragged or whatever. You know what I mean? So,
and I feel like, I mean, big ups to Tiana Taylor, because she really did do that and that was dope. But let's be clear, at a festival, how do you guarantee you are seeing all these people? Like, you got to also remember, everybody doesn't perform the same, right? Yeah. And although her venue, I don't believe it was as big. I believe it was a smaller venue, but I'm not 100% sure. But nonetheless, if I am, like, when I'm on stage, I don't really pay attention to the front of the crowd. I always look at the back. I don't know why. It's a complex or whatever. I don't know what it is, but I always look at the back. Yeah. Because I think in my head, it's always... the people in front, I know you're engaged. It's the people in the back that I'm trying to get you guys.
Project that out.
Yes, I want you guys to come and engage with me.
I want you to feel like I'm in your face.
Right. So somebody that's up front, I may not recognize them as quickly. It may be that I just don't see it, and that's where I just think adding his name and adding Drake's name, like, y'all shouldn't even added them to the list of people that you're suing.
The promotional company, and it should be the venue. A venue first. And whoever was in charge of security, and then the promotional company, maybe if like they had some kind of negligence, you know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking from like a legal aspect, I guess. But at the end of the day, they know what the fuck they know what they're doing. I really feel like it was an opportunity for whatever powers that be, and I'm not going conspiracy theory like big record labels, but maybe even just on a smaller scale to slander and try to lessen the power or the influence that Travis Scott has and Drake has. You dig what I'm saying? Try to smut their name up.
Who is Travis Scott signed to? Do you know?
Travis Scott, I believe he is... I'm not sure. I think he's indie. Because once you get a certain level, like his level, you don't really... You know, you partner up. You get distribution with big labels, but you have your own label.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I couldn't tell you right away from that. But even then...
That's a good question now.
Yeah, it is a good question to find out. Even then, though, it really feels like a hat job. I mean, like a hack job. Like they're really trying to fucking, like they're really trying to take him down. You know what I mean?
Horrible. These people are horrible.
Yep. He has his own record label, and he has. He has his own record label, and he has distribution with, I believe, I want to say Universal or something like that. He has big distribution, you know, that's a partnership. So at the end of the day, he's pretty much sheltered from anything unless, like I said, they could prove him directly was being negligent. You know what I mean? But the problem still is that, you know, you take a PR hit, and depending on who and what the fuck, you know, what kind of they want to spin it, you're going to lose a lot of opportunities.
Listen.
And we're talking about, you're saying like, yo, I'm going to sue the fuck out these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Yeah, if it turns out that he was not guilty of any kind of shit, and there's certain places that he can sue for putting out false information, like media publications, big ones, then he should to make it a point. It's like, yo, that's what a lot of these rich motherfuckers do. It's like, oh, you did a foul story on me and it turned out to be fake and you put it out. I'm gonna sue the fuck out you, and that way y'all know next time to play with my name. You know what I mean? Not to play with my name.
I'm actually not worried about him. I feel like he's gonna be okay.
I feel like he got $1 billion baby mama, so
that's what I'm saying. He got Kris Jenner on his side. He's gonna be good because she's gonna find a way to twist this and have them turn it into a documentary to make some money.
All them motherfuckers are always gonna be okay.
Yeah.
If you notice that, like, it's Kanye, Travis, the Kardashian family, all the little people that go in it, the brother that's fucking nobody really fucking knows or fucks with, they're all gonna be okay. Huh?
Is the brother single?
He's the one that got the baby with
Yeah, but is he single now?
I don't know.
About who his
Why,
baby mama
shooting a
is.
shot?
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
You know what I'm saying? She's a stress-free baby mom. She's not gonna be sweating you like that. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
No,
you know
you
what I
ain't
mean?
got nothing to worry about me because I be busy, baby. But I could do something strange for some change. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just
shit. Shh, the best kept secret. Okay, so look, it's the No Invite Podcast. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in a second. Bang, we back. No Invite Podcast, episode 61. Season 3, The Progression. We got Blaze in this building. And who else, by the way?
The best kept secret.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, yo, we back. You know what I mean? We here. Known by Podcast. And you said you had a topic for us, or for the main topic that you wanted to talk about and whatnot. So tell me about that. How did you get that?
So producer Patty had sent something to us, and the clip that we actually had, it really got me questioning. I really want to know, like, do women feel like it almost is a question of, do women feel like they should be held to a different standard of what they hold their man to? Do you feel like you should be better than sliced bread, but your man should be chopped liver? Because that's kind of what it made me start thinking about.
Well, let's give the people a dose of the clips too, so they could kind of understand where we're coming from too, so they could be clued in on that, on what we're saying. The clip comes from the Fresh and Fit podcast. So
men are supposed to be men, and they're supposed to treat their women. They have a part to play. It's in the Bible. Like, what's going on? Men want to be taken out and all this other stuff. Like, you a man. Like, be a man. Like,
a man. Hold on. You want a man of the Bible, so that's a traditional man, correct?
Yeah.
But modern day women aren't traditional themselves. Why should he be traditional?
It's the generation now. It's a traditional female. It's the generation now.
Modern day women are not traditional. Are any of you guys virgins?
Exactly. Wait.
Hold on, no. Because if we're gonna put
Y'all
the standard
love the
on men
sound
that you
effects,
want them to pay bills and be masculine and protect you, whatever, let's go all the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So none of you are virgins, okay? How many of you are good cooks and have a recipe book or whatever it may be?
Recipe book?
See, I feel like it's different now.
The wife does.
This
Yeah, the wife
one.
does. Sorry, fellas. You cannot be non-traditional women and want the man to be traditional on his side and pay full price for a depreciating asset that isn't traditional on his end. Because whether women want to accept it or not, the reason why men were traditional and chivalrous was because women were virgins, they're polite, they're feminine, they're submissive, and when you got a wife, she was a wife, not a boss babe, not a boss bitch, none of this stupidity that's going on.
So, anyways, that comes from the Fresh and Fit podcast. Shout out to them. So back to what you were saying, and yes, the narrative that is out there right now, where women expect a certain thing from males. They're
holding
significant
men
others
to a standard that they don't hold themselves to.
That they don't hold themselves to.
And that's the problem. Like, that's a problem with a lot of women. And like, it's weird because we have all these so there's no way for me to not tie it back to this whole feminine movement, because that's really what a lot of this came from. It used to be shameful to go and start shaking your ass somewhere and everybody can see it. But now it's normalized and you want to get thousands of views for shaking your ass. Well, if you shaking your ass for me and millions of people, why should I pay for it when everybody else online is getting it for free?
Yeah, I mean, some people don't mind. Some people, and a lot of people doing it. The bad part about that is that women want a man to treat them like something that they're not.
Yeah, I think the problem is, as a woman, I know how I am or how I intend to be. I know how I want to carry myself, and I want to be treated like the woman that I admire and how they carry themselves, even though I'm not carrying myself to that standard. And it's just the weirdest concept, because I feel like, so I don't know how else to go around this, but I feel like really everybody is operating in confusion. Like that whole women's right movement, that really was the white man's argument with the white woman's argument with the
movement.
Oh, what did I say?
You said it right. I'm just ad-libbing. You know, I got a little bit of Tourette's too. You feel what I'm saying?
But no, that really is, that was like the white woman's argument with the white man. Black women didn't have that problem. Hispanic women didn't have that problem. Asian women didn't have that problem. That was really y'all problem. Y'all invited us in because you needed numbers. And that's how you actually got us in. But it created so much confusion. And for me, it's almost like you want your man to be an Obama, but you're not a Michelle, if that makes sense. Yeah. So like you can't be, that's probably rude to say, but like, you can't be the girl that is out here like doing everything and demasculating your man and feeling like, you know what, you just need to spend money on me. And what do you bring to the table? Because a lot of men nowadays, they bring their own table. They're working. They have their own apartment. They're willing to take care of their kids. And they're looking for companionship.
They're not looking for somebody they want to take care of. Like,
and I feel like celebrities are giving false narratives. Because if you really look at it, like Young Miami and them with that hot girl summer, they weren't being hot girls. They was at home making sure that they was taking care of their kids.
Pregnant? Yeah, one was pregnant at the time, I think.
Even then, like Meg Thee Stallion, yes, she's a performer. But at the end of the day, she is always showing love to her man. She is always bigging him up. You got women out here that is homeless, sleeping on people's couches and feeling like because I got a pretty face and a fat ass that I should be well taken care of. Why? You don't even well take care of your motherfucking self. So what the fuck is he doing it for? Because you could get a piece of pussy from anywhere.
Just
listen, and he could fuck that girl for free.
Yeah, and that's the cool part about it, because at the end of the day, it also, it goes both ways. You got cats that give off the false narrative too, and they give off the false perception that they just want a sugar baby, a chick, and she ain't got to do nothing in this. So there's enablers and everything.
Listen, even a sugar baby has a job.
That is a fact.
That like you hire companions, they have rules to that shit, and yeah, I know that. Yeah,
Anne had to stop herself real quick. I had to have my finger on the button. You know what I mean? But
I'm just saying there are rules to everything, and I feel like the problem is people don't want to abide by the rules. If you abide by the rules and play your role, your man will take care of you. And if you fuck with a busted ass nigga, then go get you somebody else. It's
yeah,
simple.
That's what you want. To your point, it's like ain't nothing wrong with wanting something, but like you said, you got to bring something to the table. Like me, if I want, if I was to be like, yo, I want a fucking runway model, 6-figure income woman and stuff like that. Like, what am I bringing to the table?
Exactly.
What does she need me for?
Right.
Like you know what I mean? Like.
And did you hear the beginning of the clip? Her initial argument: a man should be a man, and they want you to take them out on dates now. Well, if you think about back in the day, maybe the woman did not formally take him on a date. But she spent hours preparing his favorite food, everything he liked, set up the ambiance, and made sure that when it came home, it was like the kids would sleep, the room is all set, you done got a bath water drawn for him, like all kind of stuff. So maybe like the physically spending money, maybe that's not necessarily it. But they still made sure that they man felt special. If you complain about taking a man on a date, then I'm trying to figure out how much money do you really have? Because how much are these dates in real life? Like what? A dinner date is $100.
About that,
maybe?
Then what is it exactly that you want? Like what do you want? You want a robot? You want somebody that don't want nothing? You know what I'm saying? It's like you want an ATM. You know what I mean? That's what you're saying.
And so she should be a sugar baby, but there's still rules.
I just think, and it goes both ways. Like I said, when it comes to females and males too, because a lot of these males out here be giving that false shit. They encourage that behavior. You know what I mean? I shout out to the people that know that know what a partnership is. You know what I mean? Everybody got their role. I believe that women and men both had their roles, designed to them by God. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, that doesn't mean that they're stuck to those roles. Like sometimes there's women that got to do everything because the man in their life or whatever, or vice versa, the woman didn't do what the fuck they were supposed to do. They're not holding up their end of the bargain, so the woman has to take on roles that maybe normally she wouldn't have to. But at the end of the day,
complain about mismanaging her pussy. That was her fault.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you're supposed to do, and I'm not really into rewarding people for shit they're supposed to do. You know, right. I know I'm supposed to take care of my kids regardless of no matter what. You know, no matter what they can be, there's nothing that's gonna hold me or keep me from my child. Period. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's coming to you as a man. You know, that has custody of his child. You know what I'm saying? That has their kids, that raise their kids. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really I don't subscribe to that from either side. Like people like you said, they want you to bring something to the table, but they don't even got a chair or a fork or anything to fucking bring to the table. Like they don't have nothing. They just, they expect something from people that they themselves can't give.
Exactly. And I feel like, you know, I'm not going to lie. Once upon a time, I used to kind of be jaded, right? Because I know I ain't got a fat ass. I ain't never had one. That ain't never been my story to life, right? And I also know, like, to me, I used to feel some kind of way because I would get a lot of dudes where I would have amazing conversations. We sit there, we'd be chopping it up. But I was always, like, friend zone. I was the girl that was, like, the homie. But the girl with the fat ass was the one you wanted to date. But then you would come back to me and like, man, I don't know why I picked her. Well, sir, you can't pick me second. That doesn't work for me. And it just made me realize on both sides of the fence, like, you can't pick a companion based off of how they look, based off how much money they make, because in reality, I can attest to the fact that I've built a couple niggas. Like, I done been on some Build-A-Bear shit and done made people better than what they are. For sure. Unfortunately, they weren't for me, and I just moved on. But
you done built them for somebody else.
Yeah, but it still wasn't the prize. I was. Yeah. But my point is, like, when you come to the table and you, like, okay, I do understand it starts off visually, right? So physically, the person got to be attracted to you. But once you start getting to, like, the intellectual part, once you start getting to the quality of life part, once you start getting to the standards, there are too many women, men too, but right now we're talking about women, but there are too many women that underestimate the value in being rare and inaccessible. Mm-hmm. When every man can access you, when every man can touch you, when every man can talk to you, you begin to lose value. You're not rare. You're not the prize. Like, if I could stick my hand in the candy jar and always just get a piece of candy, why would I even buy anything? You become
cookie cutter. Like,
yeah.
Else, like,
so that's where I feel like the thing is going wrong, because, like, women want these men to, like, treat them like they are this prize. But girl, you ran through and all kind of shit. You homeless. Your edges is not laid. Like, you got 17 baby daddies.
For the throat. She got somebody out there feeling real bad. But I mean, you're being honest though. So
no, but truthfully, I do feel like women hold men to a standard that they are not living up to. And the reason why I'm so big on this is because, like, one, I have a son. I don't want my son to be bringing no rat head to this goddamn house, because I'm going to talk shit to her in her face and let her know I don't like her. Hopefully you make the right choice. But also, I feel like I want to raise my son to respect women. Yeah. But I also feel like somewhere along the line, women have lost the fact that they are also supposed to respect a man. Just in his role as a man, his position as a man. Definitely. And for whatever reason, y'all act like you could talk to these men, call them bitches, talk however you want. I fuck with as many niggas as I want, and you still gonna get the same treatment. No, baby, that's not the way it works.
You're choosing your lane at this point, so right. You're gonna get what falls in between that.
Men will be men, women will be women, hoes will be hoes, slurs will be slurs, and y'all just gotta accept y'all role and roll with it.
I think so. To a certain extent, it's like I tell people, ain't nothing wrong with, you doing what you do. Everybody got to handle their business. I'm all for the independent, strong woman, but I'm for the independent, strong woman that knows how to be vulnerable when she needs to be, or she knows how to play her part. If you have an idea in your head and you want to be in a relationship, you want to be married or whatnot, then you're gonna have to understand that just one person can't drive it to be successful. Right. And everybody got to play their part. You guys are a team now. You guys are, you're in a partnership. And that's how I look at anything. It's like, it got to be, you got to help me. You got to help me with this. You got to help me with that. Maybe I do work all the time. I take care of all the finances. Everything's paid for. You got everything you want. But I need the house to be straight. I don't want to be working all day getting this money and I come home and the house filthy. The kids ain't ate. There ain't no food. I am not I want to eat out every fucking night person. Believe me, I'm not that kind of dude. So if I'm going to do that, that's the role that I'm going to take upon myself. Then in exchange, I'm going to need the woman to understand that this is the role that I'm going to need you to take because we are a team. Right. And we got to keep this shit going. If I'm the bag and I'm out there getting, just like if my woman is getting money and she's the bag, she's really out there, then I'm going to fucking hold the house down. I ain't got no problem taking care of the kids. Right. I ain't got no problem of making sure whatever's done needs to get done. I could cook too. I could do all that shit if that's what it is. Now, I'm going to still make my own money. I'm going to have my own money because I would never fully feel comfortable just being that. But if I know that she's making way more money than me, she's a star or something, then I'm gonna play my motherfucking part. I'm gonna play my position, and I'm gonna be and I'm gonna be all full man because everything that I do is gonna get done, is gonna get handled. But at the same time, I understand what's going on. And part of a lot of that, like the girl that was talking in the first clip, she says they want this, they want that, but you want that. Right. You want the same things, but you know what I mean? It's a hassle for you. It's a real like low vibrational way of thinking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel like it's also it is what is this generation? Generation X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D.
Man, this shit's generation Instagram or some
right.
shit like that.
These technology
generation TikTok
are like, I feel like somewhere along the line y'all or maybe they don't have it. Maybe they don't got the grandma that could actually teach them. Like, I mean, I know personally, I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household. So, and
neither did I.
Right. And I mean, I don't take this, I pray my mama don't take it offensively, but I ain't never saw a positive relationship. So I can't look at you and think that is the idea of what I want to be. Yeah. Because I do know I want to be a wife. I do know I want to be a family. And I can't base it off of what you showed me. So I do a lot of the opposite of what I saw. All that, like, I'm telling you, if you knew my family background, you'd be like, these women, the women in my family are the reason why I said I got to lace my baby real well. He got to be on his toes because them bitches is crazy.
Well, you know, I mean, I was raised in a household full of a full household, no father. No real in any kind of role model in that sense, you know what I mean, as far as father type. And I had 4 sisters and 2 brothers, so we got a little bit of everything. So right. My sisters taught us how to, you know, watch out for things. They gave us that common sense, especially when dealing with women. Make sure that the stuff that, you know, that your mom teaches you, but you know, you get taught something, you get told something, and then there's people that reinforce that. Right. You dig what I'm saying? So that's how it was. Like, so our sisters and stuff taught us things that and how we should conduct ourselves and how we should treat women and how we should treat ladies, right? And so growing up in that era, it was a little different than growing up now because people are more out of touch with reality now. I feel like it's like you said, people see this lifestyle that's being portrayed on TV. Like Megan and them know this is just rap. They like you said, Cardi was at home cleaning her shit up. She's doing motherly things. She's not like sitting there with the nanny, just not doing nothing and laid up eating bonbons or whatever the fuck, right? Right. So it's the music, but people are so now with Instagram and all this shit, all the different little people that perpetuate that type of lifestyle or that type of thinking, so that they lose touch with reality and how things really function. Right. That's why I feel like there's a lot of shit that's going on right now that we look at it from from our perspective, and having grown up in a different time. It's just like, yo, I don't understand it. This shit don't make sense. And it really doesn't make sense no matter how much people try to explain it, because you've seen that in that clip. The lady, that young lady had her opinion and her idea of what life should be like and how relationships should function, but she couldn't explain it. Right. She didn't have no kind of actual response or actual points that would explain why it should be like that. It's just an idea. And remember, like I told you, the thing about now is you could see any idea take steam and get a lot of traction just based on the fact that you could present that idea on a platform. It's like a chain letter. Right. One person gets it, next person gets it, next person. Next thing you know, it's a thing, and it doesn't even need to really be a thing. It's fucking idiocy. It's ridiculousness, but people fucking run with it.
You know something else I found interesting? One of the questions he asked was, which one of y'all are virgins? Nobody could raise their hand. So people are not holding value to, being chaste or making themselves rare. But then one of the questions he asked was, how many of y'all have a cookbook or know how to cook? The only one that raised their hand was the one that was already married.
He was already married, yeah.
So what does that tell you? Like, I don't know what got y'all thinking y'all gonna feed these niggas McDonald's every day and they gonna be happy.
I mean, I'm not here to justify why people cheat, but a lot of times people cheat because a lot of time motherfuckers cheat because the shit be whack. Like, they just be like, come on now, like, you get with the fucking program. It's like, you name it. It's a lot of things. There's a lot of home training and a lot of common sense that people didn't get, and I understand that. Everybody didn't grow up with a full house or bed, but if that didn't stop us back in the day from getting some get right, learning how to cook, learning how to do things, learning how to do this, learning how to conduct ourselves, there's no excuse now. This is the age of the fucking internet. You could go on TikTok and find out 50 million ways to make mac and cheese.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not even counting.
Some of them are kind of suspect. Some of them are actually
you talking
on
about
point.
The ones with raisins?
Oh man, get the fuck out of here. We're not even gonna talk about that shit. I start getting Vietnam flashbacks when people start talking about that shit. That shit's so fucking nasty. Potato salad and with raisins and all kinds of shit. It's like, bro, stop. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of person, like, people put apple in their salads and shit like that. It's like, yo, don't fucking get the fuck away from me. You're a fucking serial killer, bro, for real. But look, that's neither here nor there. But the thing is that
and plus, you also got to think, right? A lot of men. So this is what I always tell people, and I always even remind myself this: if I choose to mismanage my pussy, I just got to deal with the consequences of it, right? But I had saw this clip that said, "Women choose when the baby come, men choose when the ring come." So women's way of actually taking that back was they started to propose to men.
Oh, start proposing to men?
I mean, because, like, if you hurry up and get pregnant by a man that don't want a baby, then we both know that could end in tragedy, right?
Yeah.
Your chances is not always looking good. But their way of, like, kind of reversing that was you now see more women that are proposing to men. But women are still finding out that their men are still traditional men. And it is disrespectful for her to take that away from him because he feel like that's what he want to do. I don't know why people act like some of these traditions is just about to poof, go away because I'm a woman, hear me roar. But that's not the way that shit work. You ain't gonna walk down the aisle by yourself, so you might as well get in line with whatever it is that's going on. Now, every relationship is different.
You're right.
And everybody, like, whatever works best for your relationship, go with that. But I will say, for the most part, the biggest issue with that clip is women don't actually pay attention, one, to their spouse, and two, they want what they perceive without knowing all the work that goes into it. And that's a major issue in relationships. Like, I tell men all the time, like, listen, you really don't want to date me because I'm a lot of work. And I know I'm a lot of work. I expect phone calls every day. If you don't talk to me within a 24-hour period, you broke up with me. I don't give a fuck what you say. Unless you in the hospital.
Yeah.
Because even if you in jail.
Don't leave Ann on red, y'all, just
for
so
real.
you know.
Because even if you in jail, right? If you're in jail, then you know you get that phone call where at minimum, even if I don't accept the collect call, you could send a, babe, I love you, click.
Yeah.
You do not have any more money on your phone.
Yeah, there ain't no excuse. If you know, bitch, I call every motherfucking day at 7 o'clock. Unless you tell me, like, yo, I got some shit going on coming up on this day, I won't be around, and you home, they ain't no shit. I done been through all that, and you don't even know.
That's what I'm
I got
saying.
war stories when it comes to that shit. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, my baby mama, when I was incarcerated, when I went to the pen my first time, she was like telling me, like, I want to get married. So I was like, okay, let's get married. She's like, nah, I'm not. She's like, okay, I'm in jail, I'm going to prison. I'm like, all right, you want to get married? Fine. We get we set the date, the whole shit, everything's about to happen. She never shows up. So I'm like, I hit her up like, well, what's going on? Like, I don't want to get married like that. You got me fucked up, this, that, and the other. The whole time the bitch cheating on me, though. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say.
The whole time. So look. So it's like, she's like, you gonna do me like that. I want the wedding. I want to do all that. It's like, hold on. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't know at the time. So whatever, you know what I'm saying? I do my little term. I come home and I'm like, whatever. I come home and shit don't work out. And I find out that she was cheating on me. So I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. But I'm like, it goes back to your point. I brought it up because it's like, yeah, it's like she wanted the traditional shit, but she wasn't being a traditional woman. And I know people out there going to be like, well, you were in jail. You weren't being traditional neither. I was like, well, look, Motherfuckers back in the day, they used to leave their family and go work somewhere far away on ships. Motherfuckers used to go off to war and all that shit like
and
that.
Still expected to come home.
And still had a wife and all that shit, and she held it down, held the household down, the whole thing. So don't tell me you want like the point to what the dude was making in the video is like you can't want something a traditional man if you're not a traditional woman. Now, like for those women that do make money stripping or they make money on Instagram showing their ass and all that shit, if you're obviously a non-traditional woman, so if you find a man that's gonna fit that's okay with that, then and it's gonna then that works for you. That's why we say it's traditional and non-traditional, but you can't get them crossed.
But keep in mind, there's traditions in every industry. See, that's what people fail to realize, right? Even if you are a stripper, and let's say you got your stripper, and I don't know.
Are you a thick stripper?
Let's say you a good stripper and you making real good money, right?
Okay.
There's a big difference between okay, perfect example, right? There is a very big difference between the stripper who has been stripping for 20 years and sees stripping as their career goal. Like, where did Buffy the Body go after that?
I think she does like a podcast now.
She does?
Yeah.
But she saw a means to an end.
Yeah,
like stripping was not going to be what I'm going to retire from.
Yeah, she did some acting roles and stuff like that. But she
and then you also got like even Cardi B. She used to be a stripper. There was a means to an end. She saw herself getting out of there. That is a very different mentality of a stripper than the career stripper, right?
Yeah.
And even within that realm, you still have, if I'm actually out here stripping and you out here doing what you doing, but we have a plan to get out of here, there are still roles that you have to play. Like, no matter how you think about the dynamics of a relationship, period. Traditional, non-traditional, there are roles and responsibilities and traditions within that dynamic. Because ain't none of this shit new.
Yeah, for sure. Stripping ain't nothing new.
That's what I'm saying.
Shout out to all my 40+ strippers, by the way, still busting it open.
Ooh,
a little bit of arthritis, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all better start investing in y'all Social Security.
Well, I'm hoping that, like anyone else because let's face it, some industries are temporary, like boxing. You can't box forever. And you're probably not, let's say you're just a cool amateur fighter that gets some cool money off it. That's not going to be your career.
Right.
If you make it your career, you're going to be fucked up. You're going to have medical problems and you're going to have the money to pay them. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, anybody, like I said, I don't judge people's lifestyles and what they do to get money, but I understand that totally. Like you're not going to be out there, for the world doing all kinds of crazy shit, OnlyFans, and you're going to try to tell me I can't do this or I can't do it, or I can't be doing something, you know what I mean? Like, you got me fucked up, you know what I mean? If we're going to be within that dynamic, then you're going to have to understand that certain things come with that. Exactly. You can't have the non-traditional this, but with the traditional values. That shit doesn't work. There's a reason why it's traditional and non-traditional. They're different. So,
and for you girls that can't cook, he already told y'all.
There's a million TikToks.
I was just about to say
YouTube,
TikTok. If you go on Facebook, they pull up like some of the things on Instagram. You could hashtag foodies or food lovers. Like, man, y'all be killing me talking about y'all can't cook. I'd be like, how? You can't read? Is that the problem?
I mean, some people don't. Some people don't fucking do that shit. Some people just think that it's like I said, it's just people are out of touch with reality now. There's so much escapism. There's so much shit for you to escape your mind to. It's like you lose touch with reality and the shit that's actually in front of you that you got to deal with. You can't get to this non-reality or this whatever, this lifestyle that you want to get to avoiding the real world around you. There's no way of getting that. It's good to have dreams. It's good to be like, yo, I want to be this, and it's good to strive for things and all that. I'm not saying that, but it's like at the end of the day, be grounded in reality while you reach for the stars. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to dream and come up with new things and be unconventional, but at the same time, deal with the reality in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I definitely agree with you on that.
And I think that's mainly what it is. It's just a lot of the social media has given and
created confusion.
It created a lot of confusion, and that nobody give a fuck about you being confused until it starts affecting their money. And right now it's not affecting their money. It's actually helping people's money. Right. These big brands and shit like that, you can say whatever you want to about. I'm not saying like conspiracy, they're all out to get you. They're not all out to get you. They're all out to get your money. So a lot of times they don't care how they get your money.
But that's because people forget that people start businesses to make money. That is the purpose. So like people do feel like some big companies you need to care. Yeah. Well, how does a company care? It's a thing. It's not an individualized person.
All a company owes you is to give you the said product or service that they say they were going to give you. Facts. And to be transparent as far as what those products do and how they affect you. So, for instance, like I know that and even then they have ways of going around it because companies get big, they get cheap, they cut corners. Mm-hmm. So maybe they use something that they know might have not a deadly, but some sort of detrimental long-term use. They're still gonna do it. Right. You see, they still sell cigarettes. You see all these commercials for the medication saying your fucking eyeballs might fall out your head, and you know what I'm saying? Who the fuck else knows?
There's disclaimers on McDonald's.
There's disclaimers on everything, and there's a reason for that because we live in the land of the free. So the way they're looking at it is that we're just gonna give you the choice, and if you're dumb enough to go ahead and do it and kill yourself, then that's your fault because you knew what you're getting yourself.
They ain't doing that with the COVID. Man, fuck them.
Exactly. I mean, well, we could go on and on. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's not all one thing that's responsible. There's so many things involved in so many ways. It's like it would take us all day for us to even fucking let y'all know that. But we're gonna leave it at that. If you feel like you need to you're one of those hardcore steel vagina feminists, then you want to fucking straight destroy and go ahead and feel free to leave those comments in the No Invite Podcast Instagram or on the YouTube.
But y'all better remember, I clap back.
And got a full clip. They call it Hoodie Ann for a reason, and she ain't scared about none of that because she's just being like everybody else. She has an opinion. Her opinion isn't law, so there's no need for y'all to feel like you need to cancel her because.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
Ain't nobody. I don't believe that shit. To be honest with you, I don't believe that somebody can get canceled. That's what's it called. First of all, we're not millionaires. Second of all, we're not in partnered or with big companies and we don't got big fucking contracts with companies where a lot of our money comes from that. Once they get there, that's when the whole little cancel thing could happen because they try to hit your pockets. That's what they're going for. So we ain't there yet. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm trying to get to that point, and when y'all feel like, you know, I'm to that point and y'all start circling and do what you do. You know what I'm saying? As long as I got enough money to hold me and my family down, I'm going to be all right.
I feel like even then, I still be saying fuck y'all.
I'm gonna definitely be saying fuck y'all because a lot of time they ain't even warranted. The cancel bullshit. It's like I said, it's weaponized, and there's always a motive behind it. It ain't for the real reason that they telling you. Half the time, it's because somebody else somewhere don't like something about you, and it has nothing to do with anything based in reality. It's mostly has to do with how they feel about you and how they could do something to cost you money. It's a new way of lawsuiting people. It's like a broke person's way of doing a lawsuit. Like, you ain't got no money. You ain't got no way. How can I cost this motherfucker money and really troll them and make them feel stupid? You know what I mean? Without me having to do, we're just going to start a cancel culture campaign against that. But anyways, Ann, how can they find you? Do you want them to find you?
You know what? I would love for them to find me next week.
Next week. I'm gonna love for Ann to fucking get her goddamn profile done so we could actually start doing. Ann laughing at me though.
That's what I said next week.
She said, and you know what she said last week? I'll let y'all put that together. Anyways, from until then, you guys could always find her. You guys could always jump in the comments on our Instagram page. It's no_invite_podcast on Instagram. You could get in there, slander me, slander her. Fucking, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Run them numbers up while you're doing it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you're commenting, you're watching, and if you're watching and not liking, I'm okay with that as long as you leave a comment. Also, make sure that you could follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's RiBirth Media Films, RiBirth Media Films with a Z. We have all these links, the links to our Spotify, Apple Music, our YouTube channel, which we really need y'all to subscribe to. We would love if y'all went on there and subscribed, like some shit, even thumb down some shit. I don't care, whatever. But that's where we would see our money, most of our money from, is from the YouTube. So we're trying to give y'all more content to put up there, more visual stuff. We're definitely going to be in line for all that. Also, make sure that you guys can search up No Invite Podcast on all podcasting platforms. You can find us on everything. Like I said, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere that you stream your podcasts. We're going to be having a merch link going up soon. The link in our bio on Instagram has everything. that you would need to find regarding the No Invite podcast. So have a good one. Keep it moisturized. Put some lotion on your elbows. Make sure that you gargle with salt water when you feel a raspy, you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? Tell that bitch to get a job.
Please hang up and try again.